guys, welcome once again to today's live stream. Yesterday we started this watercolor painting of my sort of my nurse slash patient combined together. So today we are going to continue with her. Hopefully we'll finish her. If not, we'll probably try and fit her in on another stream. But for now, we shall see. I do have quite some difficulty with my pencils. So if I don't have any luck, may need to try and use another pencil for today, which will be unfortunate because I really like this pencil, you know? It's like my favorite one. Hello, Dovakin. How are you doing? I'm really good. I hope you are too. Hello, Nikolai. How are you? So it's almost like there's some pencil shards stuck inside. And as soon as I write with it, it goes back in. So I may need to put that aside. I'll be right back. I'm gonna fetch my other pencil. Give me 1 second. Okay, cool. So I have these three are actually limited edition Mabgrave pencils that I got, I think about 2 years ago. And well, they actually used to be my favorite pencils until I got these shiny gold Kawiko ones, which I now really prefer just because they're nice and gold and beautiful. So I'll use these today. They actually kind of nicely match my painting, which is beautiful. It's an added bonus, right? Reporting for duty. Well, thank you for being here, Dovakin. How is work going? You're doing fine today? That's good to hear. That gold pencil does look super fancy. This is actually this one's actually my most fancy mechanical pencil. It's a Tom Dixon one. It's really rare. It's actually very comfy because it just fits in your hand. It's super nice. So yeah, I love it. I love that it's got a weird kind of design to it as well. Just a little added bonus. Okay. So I need to do her hair, and last night I was sort of considering, do I go brown or do I go you know, with a bluish tint. I feel like I really want to keep it a nice muted tone, so I am going to give her, is this my green or is this my blue? It's hard to tell. I think I'm gonna give her like grayish bluish head, so we'll see how we go. It's easier to go brown, but I can't undo this, so It looks really fun. It is. It's a really nice pencil, yeah. Work has been okay today. You think the madness will begin tomorrow. You have some important stuff coming up. Oh, well, is that good or bad news? Hopefully it's good news. Hi Ren, how are you? Happy that you can be here for the stream. I'm so sorry that, you know, the stream times have been so hard to stick by for you. It will all go back to normal next week though, I assure you. So this week was a little bit different, but we will again have you know, our daytime stream tomorrow as well. You're lurking while playing Stardew Valley. That seems to be a super popular game. I hear a lot about it. Yeah, a lot about it. Aw, we're getting raided! Pegleg, thank you so much! Thank you for sending your little zombie raid our way. We will be very careful. Please go ahead, Pegleg, go ahead and share your work with us. We'd love to see. Aw, Professor Vincia, thank you for the follow. Thanks, Doverkin, for the shout out. Really appreciate that. Pegleg, please go ahead and share your work. Let me see what you were doing. I'll have a look. Hopefully we've gotten rid of all the lag today because I had a lot of issues with the lag this week, so not too keen about going back in that direction. Okay, let me see. So Pegleg was working on some art actually. I'll see if I can show you guys. I'll go to the end of the stream so you guys get a better idea of what this looked like. You were working on a Wolverine drawing today. Well, let me show everyone, Pegleg. Hopefully this is going to share. Please share. Okay, I'll need to switch this over. There we go. Awesome. So guys, this is Pegleg's beautiful artwork. Have a look at this. That is amazing. Look at the perspective on this, guys. He's sort of coming from the distance and sort of coming at you. You did a really good job on his face. He looks like he means it. He's really coming at you with a lot of emotion. That is awesome. So did you start this whole sketch in Photoshop or what did you do? Looks amazing. Wow. So let's see. If I go back to the start, we should be able to have a look. Oh my goodness, the whole thing got created on stream. All from the start, and if you go to the end, you can see how it looks when it's finished. I guess it's not quite finished yet, but it's looking a lot more detailed. You're working entirely in Clip Studio. Well, congrats on that. What kind of tablet do you have? It looks so good. So good. Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for showing us Pegleg. Really appreciated that. Thank you for the follow, Drawstone. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Hopefully my connection has not entirely dropped out because it looks like I am having a couple of issues. So there we go. Sorry you're a little late. You were on the phone. No worries, Jawstone. Thank you for the follow. You use a Huon Canvas 13. I saw those. They look like they're a lot more affordable than the Wacom tablets, and well, honestly, I personally don't think there's a huge difference, you know. I mean, I went from a super cheap tablet to a Wacom tablet, and there was definitely a lot more pressure sensitivity, but I'm talking about like a $20 tablet versus a couple $100 tablet. So yeah, I think most of the what you can achieve lies in the skill of the artist actually. You were getting a delay, but it seems to have fixed itself. Oh, okay. I think the delay happens when I switch over to certain windows. I need a better computer, Jawstone. My CPU sort of lags behind a little bit. Am I colouring in Jawloween pictures tonight? This one is not actually a Jawloween picture, Ren. This one is one that I just did on my own. But yeah, I'm colouring in some of my past sketches. So yesterday we did the whole background, and I also started filling in her dress and a couple other bits and pieces. So today we will be doing the rest, you know, finishing her up. Good luck on stream. Thank you, thank you. So Pegleg, if you have an Instagram page you would like to show us, please go ahead and share the link. I'd love to show everyone. Don't worry about the lag or buffering, everyone. It's a minor technical issue. Stay tuned and the stream will restore quite soon. Thanks, Darbican. I need Streamlabs to just like regularly drop those notices, you know? You like her? She's spooky. Well, I'll show you what. This link, I'll drop it in the chat because I'm not going to share it all again so we can avoid some lag. But that link is kind of the outfits that I wanted to sort of emulate. They are from Fallout 76 and I really love them. So this is a very rare outfit in the game and I wanted her to wear it. So that's sort of the vibe of this character, sort of where she got inspired by, I suppose. So today I need to continue colouring her in. Oh, Pele shared his Instagram page. Let us have a look first. Let us check this out. See if I can share this with all of you guys. Have a look, guys. This is Pegleg's Instagram page if you'd like to give him a follow. He's also got his Wolverine piece over here. Have a look. Already posted. You're quick. Certainly a lot more dedicated than I am, that's for sure. Wow, you did a great job on this guy's face. That's so detailed. Great job. Is this actually from Eternal Sunshine? Where is it from? Ah, you can see all the process. You try to keep it current. It's a challenge, isn't it? It really is. This eye is so well done. Oh my goodness, another great one. I love how you only cropped in certain areas of this piece, so it is such an interesting angle, you know? You wouldn't normally, I guess, compose a picture like this. I'm sorry, but this makes me think of a strawberry, and those are the leaves. Like he's a strawberry boy. Really, really nice. And look how blurred the background is because it's in the distance. That's fantastic. Space guy. I like the colors. Very nice. This guy is somehow familiar, and I don't know why. He's really familiar. Oh, this is another great one. Well, good job on this expression. That is a hard one to pull off, hey? If Wolverine charges at you like that, you're running in the other direction until your legs can no longer take it. Same, Doverkin, same. It's supposed to be from when he is at dinner with Clementine. Didn't come out quite like it, like Jim Carrey, as you would have liked, but it was fun. Wait, oh, this one? Can't say I remember that movie. I don't know him super well either. So. Oh, that's Jack Nicholson from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Got it. Okay. Really good work. You've captured some iconic moments there. You really have. You really have. Thank you so much for sharing your artwork with us. I really, really appreciated that. Okay, so on to the hair. I was busy doing the hair, and then we got a little bit distracted, so I will continue on doing that. Thank you for letting you share. You're very welcome. We appreciate the fact that you let us all have a look. That was super fun. Glad to finally catch one of my streams again after a few days. Oh, Jojack, thank you so much. How is uni going? Do you have a busy week ahead of you? This week was actually slightly different. We did a lot more nighttime streams than we normally do. I don't usually do streams at night, so next week we'll be back in our normal routine. But we'll be starting one nighttime stream per week. So that should be on Thursday evenings. But all daytime streams will still happen as usual. So still going on the way we were. Nice, you've been good. Calculus is rough, but you're enjoying computer science courses quite a bit. Well, that sounds fantastic. Computer science is definitely a really good career to grow into. It's really high in demand right now as well, so hope you enjoy it. Hope you keep enjoying it. That's the most important thing, right? Hi Matt, how are you? Hang on, we have another raid. Jason, thank you so much for the raid again. Lovely to see that you're streaming. What were you working on this time? Finishing up Baby Yoda or something new? Thank you for the shout out, Doverkin. Really appreciate that. Thank you. So, what have we got here today? Let us check out what Doverkin was doing. I've got to do that. Thanks so much for the raid, Jason. Let us have a look. What were you doing? Ooh, so looks like we were doing something totally new. It's not a Baby Yoda. Okay, let us check this out. And I'll show you guys. Hopefully that will share. There we go. Have a look at this. I can show you guys. What is this? Quite tricky to see. We're showing off a ton of different things on stream. Maybe a different angle will help. How was your stream? Yeah, tell us how your stream was. So what were you working on? I'm trying to figure out what this is. It looks like you were working on a couple of different things. You were photoshopping a bear riding a yak, which is pretty hilarious. Look at this. That is pretty funny and very cool. Very cool. Did a great job on that. And it also looks like you were working on some comic character. Are those jellyfish? They kind of look like jellyfish. Love her hair. You did a great job on that suit. The lighting on that suit looks great. Absolutely great. So what were the sketches? Just random little sketches you were working on? Do tell Jason. Guys, if you're not already following Jason, you really need to. Jason is an awesome artist. He does some amazing work in Copic markers. It's a drawing for Matt's Losing It and you needed references. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Well, it looks wonderful. It's wonderful. Thank you so much for showing us, Jason. It's a bear riding a Scottish Highland cow. Oh, so it's not a yak, it's a Scottish Highland cow. Those are so fluffy, aren't they? I love how fluffy they are. Well, I've got her hair sort of bluish, but I do feel like I want to tone it down. I don't want to keep it as blue. So I am going to work other colours in here as well. And I'm gonna try a little bit of brown because I want it to be darker, and I also want to break that fresh blue color because I don't want it that blue. There we go. The babies are super fluffy. They really are. They're so adorable. I love them. What am I working on? I am currently working on a sort of a Fallout inspired character. So in the game Fallout 76, there is a building called an Asylum, and a lot of the workers there became zombies, or essentially they just kind of all went a bit crazy from the radiation and everything. So I guess that's what's happening. So yeah, it's a little bit of a hospital slash asylum kind of vibe, and yeah, she is just trying to. She's one of the last survivors, so she's sort of just trying to stick it out, you know. You got the Baby Yoda speed drawing finished. Oh, did you post it on YouTube or Instagram? Where did you share that? That must have been a lot of work. Can only imagine. Crazy, crazy amounts of work. Well, I'm really liking the colour I'm getting from combining these two, the brown and the blue. It's coming out exactly how I wanted, so that's really good. It's good when paint kind of does what you want it to, right? It's a rare occurrence. Every once in a while it does happen. And when it does, it's like artist and paint just float together as one. And it's a truly beautiful thing. Both YouTube and Instagram. Oh, well, I'll have to check it out then. 10 hours of footage sped up 400 times to boil down to 1 minute. That sounds beautiful, Jason. I'd love to see. You have to call it a night. Have a fantastic rest of my stream, and you look forward to seeing this finished. No worries, Pegleg. You had a long stream. You deserve a good rest. I hope we'll see you again soon. I'm sure you'll see this posted on Instagram, so just keep your eyes peeled. I just want to slowly build valleys. I don't want to go too quickly, too much, you know, because I can always hold back, but I can't take anything back. That's what I'm trying to avoid, blocking myself into a corner and everything. So. But I'm really happy with how those colours are turning out. That's great. Is she evil? She could be. I guess she's not quite sure. She's a little bit like a little bit chaotic good, so. Awesome, so tone those down as well. Color tends to look really different on my different screens. I don't have the best screen right in front of me, so I hope it's showing up okay to you guys. It's just a minor thing, but thought I should know. The camera on the painting is losing focus for a second at regular intervals. Could be the lighting, or maybe when I'm reaching for the paint on my left. I'm noticing that the face cam does that as well. Unfortunately, I don't know how to fix that. Yet another thing, you know, that I mean, we are artists, not technicians, so I suppose we do what we can. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what to do about that. I can turn off autofocus. I can, but sometimes what I do is I move the camera up and down, and my autofocus doesn't really seem to do that great. When I turn it off, it's not really great anyway, so doesn't seem to do much for me. I did try it. So she's now ended up having slightly greenish style hair, I guess, because of the different colours I've been using. But I'm liking it. I'm really, really happy with the colour of her hair and everything, so happy to move into this direction even more. Slowly I'm getting some more contrast going. Building little layer by layer. I'm really happy with it so far. Yeah, can't move your camera, exactly. And sometimes I work on larger pieces and smaller pieces. I try to zoom in sections and it just gets really difficult then when I do it like that. Hi Khan, how are you doing? Glad to see you back here. How have you been? I'm so happy about your great news, Khan. Guys, Khan is going to be able to afford his very own tablet. And he's picked out one that he's looking to buy. So not only that, but he's going to get a new art desk. So exciting news, he's improving his little art space. So very, very happy for him. Very up and down tonight. What is very up and down? Did I miss something? Oh, you're very up and down tonight. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Hope that it's nothing serious. Also got someone's opinion who knows a lot about tablets. Think you're gonna get the extra coin and get a Cintiq. That's probably a good idea, Khan. They're obviously the best in the business when it comes to that. So yeah, if you can afford it, probably a good idea. Probably a very good idea. It's time to do some more work on her face and do some more shading on her face. So go ahead and do some more work on that. I'm loving the way the red interacts with the blue. It is so gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Those are two colours that I just feel do such a great job together. Blues and reds. Sorry, blues and browns do that as well. Homunculus Studios, thank you for the follow. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Tell us a little bit about yourself if you like. Love to hear some more. How are you doing, homunculus? Whereabouts are you from? Do need to give the legs some more contrast as well, because they need to stand out against that background. Even though I'm going to add graphite as well, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem with a lot of these minor issues we've got. This music is so relaxing. For some reason, my music stopped for me. I'm confused. Yeah, just disconnected. I might have to put on other music for me. But yeah, I love the music that I play on my stream. Really, really happy with it in general, so... Yeah, I don't know, my music stopped. I didn't even notice, actually, because I've just been really enjoying it, to be honest. The quietness in the studio has been nice, so... Not too much of an issue. I can hear my dad. So my dad's got holiday at the moment, and right now I can hear him playing around with his audio downstairs. Sounds like he's really enjoying himself. He's got some really good speakers and all. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Doverkin, my brother's been really asking out what kind of audio gear you've got. He's obviously really interested in audio, and so he was wondering what you've got. Whether you are happy with your gear, or just curious. How's the weather at my place? Hope the summer heat is slowly fading away. I don't, Doverkin. I love summer, and sadly it is slowly fading away a little bit. That's why, yeah, it's getting a lot cooler, and yeah, it's just not as nice anymore. Really miss the summer weather. I am definitely more of a summer person than a winter person. I love the warmth. Winter just isn't for me. So. Hello, Queen Melisandre, and thank you so much for the resub. Really appreciate that. 2 months in a row, thank you. Is this little nurse a vampire in disguise? Not really. She's actually inspired by the Fallout characters that used to live in the Asylum hospital. So it was before a post-apocalyptic nuke struck and basically took over the whole planet, and um, they started being irradiated and everything. So yeah, it's a little bit of a Fallout 76 inspired story. I'll show you what the outfits look like. You're just gonna have to bear with the lag because we've been having a lot of lag. So these are some of the Asylum worker uniforms, and I went with the pink one. Obviously I changed it up a little bit, but I wanted to do one that is like this musky pink color. So they've all got masks on and everything, and they look a little bit worn down and who knows what. They're all a little bit messed up in the head because, you know, they worked in an asylum for a very long time, so they're not all okay. But yeah, this is a very rare outfit in the game. So if you can get it, you're very lucky. And so yeah, I wanted to go with one of those outfits, and I decided to give my character the pink one and sort of, yeah, base the rest of the illustration on the game. It's ironic that you grew up in the tropics and yet you hate when the weather is hot and humid. You love it when it's cold with occasional warm afternoons. That is strange. That is really strange. You'd think you love it, having grown up there and all. But yeah, I mean, everybody likes a certain type of weather, I guess. That's epic, gotta love Fallout. You really do, you really do. How have you been, Queen Melisandre? How is your little baby snake? Is he or she doing well? I really hope so. He's doing good, being a cutie pie as usual. Tomorrow is feeding day for her. Well, that's wonderful. Sounds like you really get kept in good company with her. That's beautiful. She's very lucky to have you, I think, caring so well for her. How long have you had her for, by the way? Is she very old? She's so small, so I'm guessing not really. She will be 2 years in May. Well, that's very young still. I'm guessing they live a very long time as well. So your audio gear, you have the JBL wireless sport Bluetooth headphones that you use during workouts, but you mostly use Bose QC35. You'll DM me the links or details. No worries. It'll probably mean a lot more to him than me. But yeah, you were one of the only people who ever noticed the audio differences. So yeah, he was wondering what gear you had. Somebody who is more focused on that kind of thing in general has more interest, you know. These are so thin. I have to be so careful not to go too thick. So thin. There we go. At least that's done. That's done. Hi Robin, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling a little bit better than yesterday, I hope? Getting to eat some more? Ooh. Slowly getting there. I do need to darken this up a little better because I want good contrast. So I was thinking a lot last night whether I wanted to do the background darker than this, like darker than the character or lighter, and I decided against going darker because hospitals generally have a very light, fresh look. So I wanted to stick with that, otherwise I might lose that beautiful, fresh, clean hospital look, you know? Yeah, less tired, which is nice. Well, that's really good to hear, Robin. Really good to hear. I am going really well. I'm really happy with the direction this painting is going in. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see it done, I guess. So slowly getting there. We've got a lot to do, but I'm happy. I'm happy with the progress. I do want to make the tiles a little darker than they are, so maybe let's have a go at that. I just want them to really nicely pop, you know, not being overly saturated. I'm gonna have to go over the green as well, but for now I'm just gonna do the blue. Is this on Archie's paper? Indeed it is, yeah. I've been so happy since I moved over to Archie's watercolor paper. I haven't been using anything since, so I would highly recommend it for sure. This should also help little Ratty over here stand out just a little better. Which is good because, you know, we want to see him really well, so we need him to really shine in the piece. Is it possible to keep the hospital backdrop light and still achieve enough contrast for the little nurse to stand out right? You suppose using graphite on the finished watercolor piece does the trick? Exactly, that is my goal. I am going to darken her up still, Doverkin. So that is the idea. Hopefully, I'll show you what I've done on a previous piece. So similar to how we've done the Dear Darling Dono piece, as you can see, it's, you know, a light background, but you can still see the character standing out because of how we did all the shading on her and everything. So she still does pop. She still does pop. So that is the idea. We'll see. I may change my mind later, but for now I'm very happy to go with a lighter background. You love her, don't you? Yeah, I know she's your favorite piece, Doverkin. Really happy that you love her. Someone just passed by. Was that my dad? Yeah, it was my dad. You guys probably saw him in the reflection. Yeah, it was my dad walking by. He's doing some gardening at the moment, so... Zaza seems to be going crazy outside, flapping his wings about something, so I don't know, my dad must be trying to do something, and he's not really happy about it. Not happy at all. Hello, dark guy, how are you? You're up, you're up. Well, that's a good start to the day, isn't it? How are you doing? Okay, so I think I've darkened most of them up as much as I wanted to. This one can go a little bit more. Perfect. So now we just have a little bit better contrast, and I can do the green tiles and darken those as well. Hi Ebags, how are you doing today? It's actually down with some. You're actually down with some sickness, so can't be reliable today. That's no worries, dark guy. No worries at all. I hope you get some good rest. So sorry to hear that. That is awful. Hope it is nothing serious. You'll be alright, more or less. You just need to hang in there. Okay, well, definitely do take care of yourself. Get plenty of rest. Rest is really good, and don't overdo it. Definitely take the day off. Sounds like you need it. Really happy that I've darkened them, because, well, watercolor always goes darker than you lay it down, so it can be really tricky to know, have I done too little, have I done too much, you know, you never know until it's dried. But it really needed this, I can tell. It really needed just a little bit more contrast, so I am really happy I've done it. Yeah, so looks like they're all done. I'll show you guys up close. We've just added a little bit more contrast to the floor tiles. Hopefully now things will stand out a little bit better. It's definitely helped. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. I look different today. Is it the hair? I think I just braided my hair before earlier today, and now it's a little bit more curly than it normally is. You bet it's the dress, not sure where you recognize it from. This dress? Okay, so I am going to start adding a little shading to Ratty over here. My dress. Oh, my dress is just a not a dress. It's a jumpsuit, and it's also actually a common outfit in the game Fallout 76. So I guess I'm feeling very inspired by the game today, you could say. I love games that inspire you, you know? Anything really, anything that inspires you to be creative is just awesome in general. I seem to be. I'm always ready to beat the system. How come? You really like this piece I'm making. It's got a nice concept. You hope I can get it off you one day. Well, I will be selling prints of this one, that's for sure. This one is inspired by, I'll show you. This one's actually inspired by the Asylum worker uniform from Fallout 76. So you can see all the different kinds of outfits you can get for the nurses, and some of these are super rare. The pink one is really rare, which is why I chose that one. I also just liked it and I like the colour scheme, so yeah, we've decided to go for that one. And yeah, she's obviously Fallout inspired, so pretty exciting, Beware the little nurse. Rumor has it she put a curse on the doctor and turned him into a rat, the one you see in the painting. Exactly, Dovahkiin came up with this awesome story, so yeah. I mean, wouldn't you rather have a rat for a doctor than a human doctor anyway? I sure would, so I wouldn't blame her. Wouldn't blame her at all. See where I did the shadow before. She needs some shadow below her. So I'm trying to add some good shading. You don't trust humans. You take a qualified rat doctor any day. Me too, me too. Especially doctors. I mean, if you could replace them with rats, would be a lot more fun, right? The OC Nuclear Girl is based on her hair in a way. It's a real cool OC. You want to do a collab with me on another piece of a Nuclear Girl, just need to think of a concept. That sounds wonderful, Dark Guy. Sounds wonderful. Okay, I need to start adding a little bit more contrast to her dress, so we'll start from the top and work our way down. Awesome. Oh, I almost forgot there's no green in there, so I forgot to colour this little green bit in there. The best part is I need to think of the backstory for her because it's an inspired concept and you're giving me the rights to the character. Wait, what? What character? My nuclear girl, I'm meaning? You missed your watercolor brushes. They were faithful companions when you took art lessons as a kid. They so were, aren't they, Dovikin? Can't you just go get new ones and get back into it? Make for such good memories. Okay, so the colors are so different on my two monitors. On here, it's a lot less contrast than over there, so I'm hoping you guys see the right one on your screens. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to do the blue for that syringe. Yeah, Nuclear Girl, you get control of the character. Oh, Oh, I do I? Well, that's super nice of you, Dark Eye. I'd love to. Yeah. Obviously I wouldn't want to take rights away from you though. You're the person who came up with the whole idea, you know, to do the comics, so it should belong to you. I don't like when an artist isn't in control of their own, you know, their own work. So I'd be happy to contribute though. Be happy to contribute. Okay, so his syringe is done. That needs to be slightly darker actually. There we go. It's so tricky with watercolors to, like, you know, gauge how dark it's gonna get once it dries. Because some sections can seem like they, you know, are too light at one point and then they actually end up being just fine when they dry, so. You're back from your luck. Oh, nice. Nice. You think your parents stashed them away in the attic back home. You'll eventually buy new ones again. Lots of supplies, in fact, once life is more stable than it is now. So I'm guessing that's back in India? For now, you'll stick to sketching with pencils. You think you'll start with animal portraits, with the occasional houses or architecture inspired by Leash. Her drawings are so beautiful, hey, they really are. Animal portraits sounds awesome. I am very excited to see your animal portraits, for sure. Little Zaza is over in his cage chewing things up. So what have you been up to, Jason, since the end of your stream? What have you been doing? Getting some snacks, I guess? Think of it as a gift, a thank you for being an awesome person and the first person you connected with on stream. Yeah, you can do the art for it, but the concept came from me, so therefore credit should be given where credit is due. Oh, Dark Eye. That is so sweet. I'm so happy that I was the first streamer that, you know, you got to actually connect with and be part of the community here. We're very happy to have you. You've been an integral part of this stream since day one, so thank you for all your help, all your motivation every day. It's been awesome. This community is very wholesome. It really is. Yeah, it really is. I'm very lucky to have been able to meet all of you guys and have grown a super special community like we have. Very lucky. Okay. So I think after I do Reddy's eye, I almost got Reddy's eye. It needs to be a beautiful pink. The doctor over here needs to have his eye, eye checked out. Need to make sure that he's okay. Why would you say your life is so unstable at the moment, Doberkin? Just work-wise, or what is it? I love that cat emote. Those are so cute. Absolutely so cute. Okay, so I think we can start adding graphite. If I do want to color the anything darker at some other point, I will. Actually, we may need to do. I didn't do the shadows of her dress yet, so that actually would be a good thing to darken up some more. Perfect. Okay. So, next step will be the graphite portion, which hopefully should add all the contrast that we need. If not, I am in deep, deep trouble. And then we need to try and get the whole background with more contrast, but I'm sure it won't get to that. So, time to add the details. Shall we start with a rat? If we do start with a rat, I need the thinner pencil because he is so tiny, absolutely so tiny. Yes, rat friend, let us start with a ratty then. Give him nice, beautiful flecks of fur. I think I actually did have some squirting droplets in the original. So I need to... Those should probably be bloods. Or red. A red colour. So I will try and add a bit of a red over there. It's just the way things are going for you right now. Plans never worked as expected, so instead of getting depressed, you're trying to live one day at a time, and of course, you have us guys. Of course you do. Oh, Sarah, thank you so much for the raid. How special. It's so sad that we rarely get to raid you. More often than not, it's the other way around. How are you doing? What were you working on? Could we have a shout out for Sarah, please? Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. We are currently working on this watercolor painting of mine. It's a post-apocalyptic girl, and it's sort of inspired by the game Fallout 76, where they had this asylum hospital and a bunch of the workers got affected by radiation, and so yeah, it's just inspired by the game. Thank you so much for the shout out too. That piece is beautiful. Let us have a look. Sarah lives in the future. Does she now? Does she? I have to see what Sarah was working on today. You're a bit late, but here you are. Well, I hope you had a good day painting. Did you feel like it turned out real good? Were you happy with the result? Oh, do it again! Thank you so much for gifting that sub to Sarah. Thank you. I'm going to show you guys what Sarah was working on today. Just give me 1 second. Hi Sketch, you're here too. How's it going? Have a look. This is the painting that Sarah was working on today. It is absolutely stunning. Just look at that. Look at the reflection in the water, all the beautiful sunset glowing through. Nice picture. It reminds you of an Australian girl you know, although she quit her job recently. Oh really? How so? How does that remind you of your friend? You give up the battles but not the wars. Hello Rookie, how are you? So yeah, look at the beautiful painting that Sarah was doing. She actually seems to have started it, if you go back to the start of her stream, she started with nothing guys, just a blank canvas, and look at all the progress that she made in 1 day. I am so jealous. That is a lot of progress. That's real fast painting. That's beautiful. 3 hours and she knocked out this whole beautiful painting. Unbelievable. Unbelievable beautiful work. Love it. Thank you so much for showing us, Sarah, and thank you for the raid. Really, really appreciate the raid. She worked with COVID patients for 8 months. Oh, really? Lose the battle, win the war. That's how the saying goes, right? Exactly. Sarah really is so talented, yeah. It was okay, these colours are so hard to achieve, but thank you. They really are. Keeping them clean, like you have, that is a struggle. That is a real struggle, yeah. Well, we have been working on this little painting of mine for the past 2 days, so last night and this morning. So we've made a lot of good progress on it, and I am incredibly happy with where it's headed. So this is cute. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, we're currently just adding details to Mr. Ratty over here, giving him little fur freckles and stuff, so. This kind of reminds me of that super tiny painting that Katie Bop was working on when she raided us last time. It was so small. You think you're gonna take off now? It was really lovely to see me. Hope I enjoy the rest of my day. Thank you, Khan. Thank you for stopping by. I really hope you get to purchase that tablet of yours. Really hope you don't have too much to save up for, and I hope you'll have a good rest of your day. And feel better soon. Feel better soon. It reminded you of her because she felt it was a hard time for her as patients were filling her jar with negativity, and unlike her, she catered to her own needs in the end rather than being subject to the frustrations connected to the job. That makes sense, Dreamorb. Yeah, I guess it does make a lot of sense why this little character relates, definitely. What's the story behind the drawing? She's obviously very discontent with her frown and crossed arms. Well, my idea was she was just a Fallout 76 inspired character, so there was this asylum hospital and they have all these different kind of outfits, and I wanted to draw a character in one of those outfits. So she's obviously upset because there's a nuclear bomb that just hit and she's been working in this asylum for a very long time. So much so that she's kind of gone nuts herself. And well, Dovahkiin said that she's even turned the doctor into a little pet rat. So we're all kind of partaking here in the story of it. Thanks for the storyline. It was much fuller and detailed than you imagined. Do you like it? Doctors are rats. Well, that was Dovahkiin's idea, actually. But yeah, I like it. I think it's adorable. That said, your little brother is a doctor. Well, be careful that he doesn't get turned into a rat. You do want to be able to talk to your little brother, and I don't imagine he'd be very communicative if he were a rat, you know? So maybe you need to be careful someone doesn't curse him into a rat. How long has your little brother been a doctor for? Must be some trying times to work as a doctor at the moment. You know, with everything going on in the health industry. Can't imagine it's the nicest job. Wondering what time it is at the moment. So it's 4 o'clock. Wow, that is crazy. Your little sister will become a doctor soon. She's planning to go into surgery. You all want to be nice to her now because you don't want to end up with missing organs. That sounds like a good idea, Dark Guy. A very good idea, yeah. But congrats on her. How old is she at the moment, if I might ask? Someone told you rats are very smart and good creatures, not like they are generally perceived. That is very true, actually, yeah, Dreamorb. They're very misunderstood creatures. People just look down on them as pests, but they're actually really smart and also very resilient. Hello, Government, how are you? How's it going? You love this drawing I'm working on, thank you. It's a character based on Fallout 76, so the idea was that she was an asylum worker actually, and they worked in this asylum hospital. But when the nuclear bombs hit, she became a little bit affected by all the things that she was working with every day, and obviously the added pressure of all the nuclear bombs outside, so she became a little bit messed up, and Dovahkiin said that she cursed the doctor into a rat, so we've got the little ratty friend down here, slowly working on him. So I'm adding some detail to his tail. So how have you been, Our Government? How have you been? Okay, you need a nap before futsal. What is futsal? Have a good rest of stream, Nicola. See ya, everyone. No worries, Sarah. You have a good rest of your day, and whatever futsal is, I hope you enjoy that. Extreme Finger, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. Please sit down and enjoy our vampire tea party. Being a doctor goes into so many paths after all. Yeah, it really does. It really does. And it's one of those careers that will always be needed. You know, we'll never not need doctors, that's for sure. So she should always have a job, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing. Has she become a bit crazy like Harley Quinn, Necker? You reckon I already answered that? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, she's a little bit of a Harley Quinn, I guess. Um, Sort of going into her own direction, doing her own thing. Except she fell in love with the doctor, I suppose, but he's a rat, so she made a much better decision than Harley did falling in love with the Joker. That's for sure. I mean, who could resist a little rat? Anyone can resist Joker. It is a very responsible job she is pursuing. Yeah, definitely. And they need to take an oath as well, I believe, in order to have that job. Do you think it is a sign of empathy if you go a bit mad working in an asylum, Necker? That's a good question, Dreamo. That's a very good question. I mean, maybe you are just that empathetic that you sort of become like, you know, your patients. I don't know, maybe. A bit of crazy is adorable, that's true. And those that aren't empathetic can separate the two. True, yeah. I mean, they can distinguish that they're different, whereas the person who's maybe very empathetic tries to relate that much and assimilate that much, I guess, that they take on those you know, those similarities, I guess. That's true. That's a good perspective, I suppose. Definitely very plausible. That is pretty neat. What's pretty neat? I forgot to mention there's a doctor in both your family, your father's and mother's side of the family. One of those South Asian things. I guess so. They're very motivated, very much, you know, pressuring their kids from a young age to go into a certain career, which can be both good and bad. Crazy ones are usually the most stable ones compared to the silent ones. A rule of thumb of the world. That's true, yeah. That is very true. Yeah, we don't have any doctors in my family. We have a nurse, but no doctors. Well, my sister's a veterinarian, so I guess that counts as a doctor. But yeah, no human doctors. But yeah, I love that she treats animals. I think it's a lot of hard work. It's a really emotional career because they have to put down a lot of animals. Doctors don't really make the same decisions. Doctors end up not being able to save a patient, but they don't end up in the situation that veterinarians do, where, in some cases they can save an animal. For example, a lady came to her clinic and was like, "Hey, I'm going on holiday for a couple of months. Can you please put down my cat?" And she was like, "Well, if you don't want the cat, we can take the cat in and rehome it, and because it's a healthy cat, it's young, it's just a couple of years old. It's a great cat." And she was like, "No, I don't want anyone else to have my cat. I want you to put it down." And she had to. And that's incredibly silly and incredibly hard, but if you want to be a veterinarian, that's the kind of thing you have to be able to do, which is why I could never work in that career path. It's just too much for me. I think I would choke the client. I think I literally would just choke the client. Yeah. And by client, I don't mean the cat. Yeah. I mean, how can you be so selfish that you put the life of another living creature above your own, like in that way? Not only above your own life, above your own, like, fleeting desires. That is just, no. That is ridiculous. Don't be so selfish. Clearly she has some kind of, I don't know, attachment issues or who knows what. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it, Dark Guy? Yeah, very crazy. There was a piece on a sea guy that struggled to pursue his interest in esports because the family wanted him to get a real job. He was a pro Dota 2 player. Did he make it? Guess what? In family gatherings, they inquire about your sibling first, and then they skip you. It's funny, and then when they get told you are here, they act surprised. That's not that surprising, Dark Guy. It's sad, but a lot of families, they think that success is everything, and when a certain person doesn't achieve the kind of success that they deem to be success, well, they don't notice them, which is ridiculous because there are lots of different types of success in this world. There's not just one. So, maybe your sister is creative, maybe she's not, but there may be lots of things that she can do and you can't, and you can do and she can't. So we can't all be doctors, same as we can't all be artists. It's just the way of the world. We gotta do what we love. Gotta go into where our heart is. I think I skipped some of the little bits. Hang on. Got some blue wiring here. There we go. Most places here just lie about it and take the animal to a no-kill center. Well, that's good, but this lady wanted to see the cat being killed, so yeah. The neighbor kid grows up to be a doctor or engineer or someone successful, you never hear the end of it. Really? That is so judgmental. That is just not fun at all. What an awful way to live. What an awful way to live. Hopefully the contrast is starting to come through a little bit more now. I hope so. Was once considered one of the top players competing for, he almost made it, but you think the family got their way in the end because he stopped close to the top. Was once considered one of the top players competing for $1 million prize in the biggest tournament in 2012. Really? He shouldn't have given up. He shouldn't have. No. He should have just continued. That's so sad. How awful. Easy Eyes, hello, how are you? Whereabouts are you from? Has my family tried to discourage my pursuits, or have they always been supportive? It's important we follow our own path and heart in life. That's true, yeah. No, my family has been only supportive. If anything, I was probably the one holding back most of the time to, you know, pursue a real job, quote unquote. So last year, you know, I got a job offer, and my family actually discouraged me to take it because it would have meant that I'd have zero time to focus on art and keep growing it, keep trying to get into children's book illustration. So yeah, if it wasn't for my family, I probably would have taken the job, you know, tried to do the sensible decision. But I'm really happy I didn't. I feel like sometimes it's good to have people like that who give you good advice, and yeah, maybe if my family weren't so supportive, you know, I wouldn't be here. I probably wouldn't be making art. Who knows? My mum has definitely been the biggest encouragement in my whole art career. She got me into art at a very young age, just letting me do things, you know, just letting me paint, and she also is an artist, so she has a really avid interest in it. So that helped. And yeah, I guess at the end of the day, my boyfriend was also extremely encouraging. He literally said to me, yeah, don't take that job. It's not going to be for you. It's gonna just, you know, you're just not gonna die inside. So it wasn't just that. I mean, obviously there were a lot of other factors why I didn't take that job, but art was a very big emotional reason. So your best friend once told you, you set your goals with your heart and get there with your head. Exactly. That is such great advice, Dreamorb. Such great advice. His girlfriend broke up with him in the middle of a tournament to get someone that had more serious paths. He was brokenhearted. Oh no. That is so tragic. So tragic. Everything happens for a reason. Our understanding in life is minimal compared to the will of the universe. It might seem tough at first, but the end result is what matters. Our paths in life will always have twists and turns, but it all converges to a single point. That's how we should see life, to remain with a peace of mind. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Dreamworld, if she broke up with him, she probably wasn't the right person for him because she didn't love him enough. She probably just needed someone with, you know, some other personality qualities, or she needed some time to realize, you know, money and success isn't all there is. So might be a combination of both. Yeah, it's really sad. I'm glad he stuck to his heart though. I mean, she may not have stayed with him even if he did, like, quit the tournament and everything. She may still have left him, so I'm really glad he stuck to his dreams. And hey, maybe she will regret it later herself, you know? Um, I mean, it's like the song about that Avril Lavigne wrote about the skater boy. He was a skater boy and she said, "See you later, boy." And then later, she felt all alone and she wished that she was with him again, you know? But it was too late. He was already with somebody else, so yeah, you gotta think about that. Life always turns around a different way, you never know. Thank you, Dovikin, for gifting that sub to Dream Orb. Thank you. Cool character. Thank you, Easy Eyes. I'm glad you like her. Whereabouts are you from? Love that saying, you set your goal with your heart and get there with your head. You're going to keep that one if you don't mind. That is such a great piece of advice, Sketch, but you definitely seem to have done that throughout your life, so I think we can all learn from yours. In the end, we have the power. We can go forth and do whatever. Nothing is stopping us from trying new things. Everyone's got this. Exactly, yeah. I mean, what would life be if all we did was work and earn money and eat food, sleep, do the same thing every day? We have to love what we do, right? We have to find what we're passionate about and find the meaning in it for us, and yeah. Otherwise, it's so pointless. What a lovely channel this is. Well, thank goodness to you for bringing all these lively conversations our way. Poops McGee, welcome. Thank you for the follow. You're turning in for the night. You will join again later. Have a wonderful stream. Take care, everyone. Well, you too, Dover King. You too. I really hope you have a good rest. We'll see you again soon. Thank you so much for modding today. Some people are so adamant and they went to great lengths to stick to a single path, even though there were signs to move away from it, only to be disappointed in the end. Exactly, Dark Guy, and I feel like I was definitely going down that path. I was so focused on pursuing a real job, and yeah, I think all that would have happened is I would have been disappointed and lived with a lot of regret in the end, so very, very happy that I didn't do that. I'm really loving her boots. Have a look. I'm just like a massive fan of boots in general, so don't mind me, don't mind me. Saxo Dude, hello, how are you doing? Thank you for the follow, Easy Eyes. Please sit down and join our Vampire Tea Party. It wasn't easy in art, you were self-taught, at least in the beginning. A silly idea because you're trying to learn from someone who doesn't have a clue. That is a good point, yeah, but I do think in art you can learn so much from practice, that's very true. It's been a while, it really has, yeah. Well, glad you're here with us. Glad you're here with us. Mod shift, he'll be here now. Thanks, Dark Guy. You know you should be resting, but duties, isn't it? No, you're off duty today, Dark Guy. It's your day off. We have a lovely chat, I'm sure we will be alright, so. Your ex-dearly beloved talked you out of your art career. You should have followed your own experience there, a decision you regret. Some of your art colleagues went on to make lots of money and had a very successful life, where you did the safe thing and went to work. Oh, that's tragic, Sketch. That is so tragic and very true, yeah. Don't live with regret. And it's never too late. Do it now and go for it. Really, really go for it, you know? Push into what you love now, because nothing is ever too late. You took a break on art for a while because you were learning the piano, guitar, and saxophone. Oh my goodness, all three at once? How come? Were you like trying to figure out which one you want to go into, or you just have such a passion for music? Are you gonna stream it? You think it was very smart of me to add 2 different mods. This is good, and Dover does a good job at being a good support for the people here. A good choice indeed. Thanks, Dark Guy, but I actually had, you know, I asked all of you guys for input, and I asked you guys for a reason, because I want to have mods here that, you know, everybody knows, everybody trusts, and yeah, you know, you guys all know Doverkin, and he's super friendly and special to everyone, so he was a really good choice. But so are you guys, you know. I've needed all of you guys, and you're all such great support, not only on stream but also off stream, so it's great. It's great just having, you know, people like you guys I can talk to about anything, come to for support, you know, share your art with me and vice versa, and it's super fun. So always a pleasure. It was never too late, good sir. You're doing something now and you are doing it well. You are on the right path. That's true, Sketch, yeah. So true. Absolutely. Trying to get the shine on this bottle over here. We're all glad to be here. Exactly, we really are, aren't we? We really are. It's not, you're not sad or bitter, it's just a fact. If you made a decision you regret, however, you're very positive by nature. You have lovely kids and you're better off than most on this planet. You have a dog and a cat. A cat that you're trying to get along with, right? Well, I think you're still very lucky. As you said, you know, you've got wonderful kids and so very few people have that. So very, very lucky indeed, and it's great that you're looking at it from such a positive perspective, Sketch. That's very, very true. So the rest that I have to do is her hair. Let's see. I could probably finish today actually. I think it should be possible, so we could have a go. So you're learning 3 because you love most instruments. You love your piano though. Well, that's a great way to diversify and imagine being able to play all 3. That's great. And this is why you are confident you will win at life in the end. Keep up that positivity. Exactly, Sketch. I mean, you are such an example to live by that so few people, you know, live like you in that way, and I think it's amazing. We can all learn from that. You're gonna go to your lovely shed and chop up a small board to hold your palette, phone and tablet, and you have lots of lovely friends now like myself, Nika. You feel very privileged, which has been great for you. Well, I'm really glad it's been so good for you, Sketch, and yeah, we've been loving having you as a part of the community here. I've loved coming to your streams. It's been awesome. I wish we could raid you at some point. That would be fun. One day you've got to time your stream right when mine ends and then we can all raid you. That'll be super special. You must find that image soon of a sulky young Kirk in training. Please do, please do. I would love to see it. I would love to see that. Sounds super adorable and hilarious. Maybe you can paint it, Sketch. How about you paint her? That would make for a great painting. Oh my goodness. Please paint it. Sketch had come to one of your streams and he had some great input. It really made you think more about how you went about doing your art. A great guy to have. If you do have the time, sir, please drop by again anytime. It's so hard to find your streams to me, Dark Guy. Whenever I see you're not streaming, and I've actually really been looking forward to another one of your streams. They're so much fun. They're heaps fun. $485 by $305. Don't forget that. We won't. We know that it's old and small, and it'll be worth it, I'm sure. It will be so worth it. You have an open door policy, and everyone of all ages are invited to your stream. Sure, it can get crazy, but you made to mention that we all love and respect each other. You don't believe people should be shunned away just because of a different way of thinking. Well, it's great that you welcome everybody. I think it's awesome, yeah. And I mean, this is an art community, right? So there's no need for us to, shut people out. So most definitely, Dark Guy's art community is so good, guys. If you ever want to feel welcome somewhere, you have to go to Dark Guy's streams. They are so much fun, so full of excitement and thrill and everything. So everyone has great fun conversations and banter, so never short of a laugh. You think people are different, and by accepting them we can build a very good community. Exactly, yeah. And who knows who's really right, It's great to learn from each other. It's really great to learn from each other. You haven't settled on a schedule yet. You keep getting delayed, frustrated, or distracted. You're trying to be regular. Your own brain is being stubborn. Well, don't be too hard on yourself, Sketch. It took me a very, very long time to be regular at my streams. I think it took 3 months before I was able to properly be regular. And that's 3 months of dedicated streaming, not just a here and there stream. So yeah, give yourself time. Give yourself time, for sure. I think you sort of have to get your own brain into the habit, and your brain then starts realizing, oh, I need to be streaming soon. And then you get a little bit better every day at making that stream time instead of, you can't not have a schedule, I feel like. It gets hard for people to know when you're on. And you know, some people, like, I literally plan in my calendar when I want to watch other streamers, so it's great for me when they have schedules on their pages, because then I can book them in and decide, okay, this time of day I have to remember that, you know, Dark Ale Sketch or BB is online, and so it really helps, it really helps. Now we're starting to get some more contrast now. Very slowly, but it is happening. Also, you give people their chances. You never, if at all, get mad or offended. You like to hear people out. You want to hear their side of the story. It's normal to just want to be accepted. You understand that very well. You were there when people shunned you. You know how it feels. You don't want anyone else to go through that. That is a great way, a great approach, Dark Eye. A very, very good approach. And yeah, sometimes people just look around for a listening ear, you know, and it's so hard to find in this world because we all feel so threatened and attacked all the time that, you know, disagreeing with someone doesn't mean that your opinion is no longer valid. Doesn't mean that you can't hear them out. It just means they have a different opinion, and hearing them out allows you to better understand them. It doesn't make you wrong. So yeah, I think that's a beautiful way. Great way to improve the world and make it a better place for everybody else. You would have loved being part of Becca's stream the other day. We actually had a whole conversation about this sort of thing. And it was really fun. I really thought of you and how you would have enjoyed being there, Dark. It was a really good stream. What would you guys say is a goal that you have right now in your life that you are currently doubting yourself on and kind of want a second opinion about, or you would like some encouragement into to, you know, boost yourself in that direction? Feel free to share, feel free to tell us. You did a lot of anatomy, bones, muscle surfaces, lighting poses, etc. What do you mean today? Or you just looked at Dark Eye stuff, you love anatomy drawing and such. You haven't done much recently though. You've got a torso study coming up. Those are so much fun, yeah. Practicing anatomy. You do have a long way to go, but you have a goal set in mind. You are improving as you go. everyone's at a different stage, actually, you know, and we all grow at a different pace. Thank you, leave Jaya alone. Welcome. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Is that watercolor so good you really need to learn them? Yeah, so this is watercolors actually. I'm really enjoying working in watercolors lately. It's a lot of fun. I use Schminky watercolors and this is Archie's watercolor paper, so it's really good paper. I feel like when it comes to watercolor, paper makes all the difference. You cannot cheap out on watercolor paper. You can cheap out on paint, I would say, as long as it's not too cheap, but you cannot cheap out on the paper. It is the most crucial part of watercolor. Unfortunately, you can't stay much longer, but you'll come next time. Have a good stream. Well, thank you for the follow, Leave Jaya, and yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you again. I'm really happy that you followed, and we got to at least briefly meet you. You found a great book from a friend here who does yoga. It was the most thorough treatment of bones and muscles you've ever seen. Yeah, I can imagine those books are really good. You know, for studying anatomy. They would be. Have a lot of different movements in them, so they definitely would be. You started with the Atlas of Human Anatomy for the Artist, which you bought about 1962. Then Andrew Loomis, The Art School of Self-Taught, then numerous books. The most important recently was Betty Edwards' drawing on right side of the brain, which is great. Not sure about the right or left brain philosophy though, but her hints on drawing are unparalleled. Well, that's a great piece of advice. Maybe I should have a look at that book at some point. I'm not much for reading books though. I've got a terrible attention span. I like picture books, and that's about it. Can't seem to focus on, you know, books with words. So, I guess it comes from being an artist and illustrator, and you know, kind of just liking drawings and seeing things more. So. Surprisingly, that yoga book was nothing about yoga. It was about the science of muscles and bones. Well, that would make a very useful art book, wouldn't it? What would you say is the hardest thing about the human body that you feel it is to draw? What's the hardest thing to draw for you? Or paint or whatever, same thing. I guess once upon a time for me, I really struggled with ears. Also struggled with feet at some point. But I feel like I struggle with ears a lot more. Ears are so elusive, so I don't know. We also don't pay a lot of attention to ears, so they end up being really tricky. In essence, Betty Edwards teaches how to uncouple preconceptions about what we see and try to just look, think analytically, and then draw shapes and proportions. That is a great piece of advice, Sketch. Yeah, I think we end up with a lot of bad habits in art. And those are good to unlearn. Those are definitely good to unlearn. You're terrible at drawing hands and sometimes lips. Okay, hands are actually notoriously hard though, because we see them so much, so we judge them very harshly, and they have so many different movements they can do. Feet and hands, okay. So another person struggled with feet. I'm glad I'm not alone. That's where Betty Edwards comes in, Necker. She teaches to uncouple things like ears and noses or anything else. Just draw what you see. Then these shapes come together as images. I see. That is interesting. We no longer see them as hands. We just see them as shapes. That is a great piece of advice, Sketch. Great piece of advice. Sounds like a very helpful book for sure. We're moving all the way up. We're almost near her head at the moment. Almost near her head. I may be able to find her book in my local library. I could. It should also be on Apple Books. I'm sure I can buy it there if I can't find it in the library. We do have a library very close by, so it shouldn't be too hard for me to go and have a look. That sounds very intriguing. Like I said, the biggest issue is going to be, will I have the patience to get through a book? Will I have the patience? Because I'm just notoriously bad at reading, so... In a painting class, you were taught to paint a picture upside down to see the shapes. It worked. It was your first painting and you tackled water lilies. We did the same thing in painting class as well, J-Bye, and I actually found that that was incredibly helpful. It really stopped your mind from, seeing things a certain way you started observing more, which made you a much better artist. So yeah, another great tip from J-By there. That is incredibly helpful, yeah. I forgot about that. I should do that more. That works really well. Really, really well. It's all about tricking our mind, you know. Sometimes with art we fight our brains, and yeah, art comes from a very different place, doesn't it? Very different place indeed. Cool. So all I have left to do is her head, her portrait, so to speak. And then I may add little gouache highlights, although I haven't really messed up anything in this piece, so we may not even need gouache. I'll see, I'll have a look. That's the whole point of your stories, to stop thinking about I can't draw hands and learn how to just see the outlines, shading and forms, and then jigsaw them together. She encourages drawing with both a reference image and the artwork. Upside down, for example, most people draw and draw amazingly better. That is great, yeah. It definitely would help. It worked. In the last few years, when you had more time, you learned more about vision itself. It's not simple, it's mind-blowingly amazing. Yeah, that's very true. Always take into account that the human body can be seen as shapes. Every part of the human body has a specific shape. Once you guys start grasping that concept, it will help you draw the human body. Our own eyes and brains interpret constantly. Exactly, it's like a constant war. Please stop trying to help, you're not helping, you know? Very, very true. But we also have to give our minds credit to how much, you know, artistic material we can remember. I think that is quite amazing, actually. I will probably put the iPad over here so that I can see. Probably not going to have a lot of room over there, so I'll put it on the other side. Because I need to see my original reference picture. I want to be able to essentially get the shading of her hair exactly the same, because I was really happy with it before. I was going to colour this piece digitally originally, but I decided against it because I've really been enjoying, yeah, just getting my paints back out, you know, traditional paints. Really just been loving it, so. At least going over in graphite also really helps desaturate my pieces, which is another side of it that I really, you know, aim for. So it's like a 2-in-1. It's really nice. Okay, so I want you to be darker on this end and go lighter. There we go. So I've started adding some details to her braid. Her dress has also been shaded, so it looks a little bit more contrasted to the background. And we have the meds that are pouring out, so she's slowly getting there. I'm really happy with her. I'm really happy with her. Juliet, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. In any field of view, the eye adapts to understand white and black and adjusts our perception. Various experiments can show things that defy belief when you discover your brain has been nannying you while you were trying to mix colors and decide how dark and how light to make things. That's very true, Sketch. My teachers always told me, if you are mixing paints, put it on a medium tone grey instead of on a white or black, because your brain actually works against you if you do that. So very, very true indeed. You had an image of a house blueprint in your mind and how builders can see the rooms. You cannot see what they see. To them, they see the layout of the house until it's fully built. You can't wrap your head around it. Yeah, that's some crazy skills. But some people definitely do have a lot more of that ability. I think it's just based on the way our brains work, so you know, we all have different gifts and skills, and we're all good at something. And those may just be where their strengths lie, so. One of the most hard to believe experiments is to hang a sheet of black paper in a dark doorway and then illuminate it with a spotlight. The black sheet will appear bright white. That is crazy. That is so crazy. Oh my goodness. Kinda wanna try that now. See how it works. Then another sheet of lighter grey is hung above the black sheet. Suddenly it looks white and the black sheet now looks grey. Oh goodness, how fascinating. That's incredible. I have definitely noticed things like that. When I'm mixing paint on my art palettes, it is so annoying. You just, yeah. It's like, it's all relative based on, well, what you have beside a color. How dark it is, how light it is. It all changes. It's crazy. Now to do her left eyebrow. I was like doing the shading before I start the lashes. Otherwise, all I end up doing is blurring my beautifully detailed lashes. So yeah, the sooner I can do this step, the better. Always good to do it quick. We are so close to being done, guys. So close. I'm getting excited. Getting incredibly excited. That experiment is called the Gelb staircase effect. Really? I didn't know that. How fascinating. Yeah, it's definitely tripped me up a bunch of times when I mix colors on my art palette, that's for sure. And I always hate when it does that. Always hate it. There we go. So she's getting a lot more shading on her face, as you can see. Good progress. We're so close to being done. So close. I wanted to ask you something just before Duck. I know I completely forgot what it was. Because I wasn't sure if you were here. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you, how far are we away from 1K followers at the moment? We're meant to hit it either the end of this week or next week based on how we've been growing so far, so it should be soon. I just wanna kind of know when it happens. Hope it doesn't happen while we're off stream. That'll be awfully boring. We need around 100 more or less. Oh, okay. So we've got about 100 to go. Well, then I reckon it's still going to be a while before we hit it. That's going to be awesome. We need some kind of party to hit that 1K, taking into account the fluctuating followers. Exactly, it does go up and down as well, so... But at least it doesn't go down as much as Instagram does. My Instagram account is so volatile with its growth and decline, so I don't know why. Instagram is a whole different beast to tame in general, so... You think you're going to head off? Beautiful work. Good night, friends. No worries, J-Bye. Thank you so much for stopping by and, yeah, hanging out with us. It was lovely to meet you. I'm very happy with how the mask turned out. Very happy indeed. Okay, time to add her detailed lashes. Abhishek, thank you so much for the raid. Wow, how beautiful of you to think of us. What were you working on, Abhishek? Darko, if you can manage typing all of that out, and doing a bit of a shout out for him, that would be appreciated, so I can click on the link and have a look at what Abhishek was doing. Thank you, Dark Guy. Thank you so much. Let us have a look. Thanks for the follow, Mr. Sir. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Scarlet Bunny. And Luca. Really appreciate it, guys. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Just A, please. No worries. That's a lot easier. Love my creepy work. Well, thank you. I'm gonna have a look at what you were doing. Let us have a look. Drawing number 2. You have to excuse me because by now I'm quite tired. I have been streaming for a while now and I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so I am fairly run down at the moment. Let us have a look at your drawing. I'm already loving what I'm seeing. This is looking very expressive. Okay. Sorry for the lag, guys. It sort of lags when we switch over to this window for some reason. Not sure why, but oh my goodness, I love your work. Love your work, Abe. Just don't open Abe's Instagram on stream. How come? It's a bit mature audience level. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. Absolutely amazing, Abe. Wow. That is so gorgeous. No worries. Well, then we probably will avoid the Instagram content, but oh my goodness, this is stunning. You have such a great style, Abe. I'm definitely gonna follow you, like, right now.